I was class monitor at a cultivation academy for 3 years, and not one student ever listened to me. Flying swords sliced right over my head, and I didn't dare move. Someone spat in my face, and I didn't even dare wipe it off. Even the cafeteria lady felt bad for me and saved me a bowl of cold porridge every day. The whole school called me the useless mascot holding the feng shui together, but they had no idea. It wasn't that I didn't want to slam that fat guy who threw flying swords at me into the wall. It was because if I moved even one finger, my soul and body would be wiped out. 3 years, 1,097 days. The ancient Tao fruit inside me was devouring my patience every second, trading it for fusion progress. Today, the vice monitor of Class A called me a guard dog in front of everyone. He said tomorrow's tournament would make the whole school laugh at me. I didn't say a word, because when I looked inside, the Tao fruit fusion was at 99.9%. Tomorrow at noon it would be complete, and the match they arranged for me just happened to be tomorrow. Ha ha ha! 1 more inch and I would have sliced his ear off. On the left side of the classroom, a bulky kid was laughing his head off, still holding the sword control spell in his hand. Fatty Joe, can you aim or not? If you actually kill the class monitor, the principal's gonna nag again. A red-haired girl beside him sat with her legs crossed, filing her nails and making a sharp metallic scrape. Class monitor? He's just a useless nobody with 0 cultivation. He hasn't even awakened spiritual sense. Why is he the monitor of Class F? Because his birth chart is tough enough. The whole classroom burst out laughing. I never lifted my head, not even an eyebrow. I knew this scene way too well. It started that autumn 3 years ago. The principal called me into his office, stroking his white beard. With a kind smile, he said, "Chutian, those kids in Class F all come from powerful families, and every one of them is wild. No one wants to deal with them. I checked your fate chart. You carry the sign of a heavenly fiend lone star. You can suppress evil energy. Go be their class monitor. You don't need to manage anything. Just sit there." For 3 years, I showed up on time every day and sat behind the podium from morning till night. The students in Class F fought, sent swords flying, blew up pill furnaces, and even gambled with formation plates in the back. Not one of them listened to me. Not one of them looked me in the eye. I was Class F's mascot, a decoration used to hold the feng shui in place. God-tier Tao fruit system, day 1097 in operation. Tao fruit fusion progress, 99.7%. A cold mechanical voice rang in my mind. Only I could hear it. 3 years ago, on my first day sitting behind this podium, the system activated. No warning, no explanation. Just one line of icy blue text appeared deep in my consciousness. Host soul compatibility confirmed. God-tier Tao fruit system binding. Binding complete. Tao fruit fusion beginning. Fusion method, silent meditation. Warning. During fusion, the host may not actively release any power. Otherwise, the Tao fruit will collapse and the host will be erased. Those words hung over my head like a blade for 3 years. It wasn't that I didn't want to fight back or slap Fatty Joe into the wall when his flying sword grazed my scalp. I just couldn't. During the Tao fruit fusion, my body was a sealed vessel, and any power I released would detonate the ancient force inside. So I could only sit there like a clay idol, like a guard dog, like the useless mascot everyone called me. Hey, Chutian. A sharp voice interrupted my thoughts. At the classroom door, a boy in a Class A uniform leaned against the frame with a smug smile. I slowly raised my eyes. I knew him. Qin Hao, vice monitor of Class A, a direct heir of the Qin family, at early nascent soul. He ranked in the top 20 at Tianquan Academy. Behind him stood 3 or 4 Class A students, all looking down their noses at us. Tomorrow is the Academy tournament. Qin Hao walked into the classroom, glanced over Class F's troublemakers, and his smirk grew wider. "I'm here with a message from our monitor, Lin Shuyuan. If Class F knows what's good for them, forfeit tomorrow and save yourselves the embarrassment." The classroom went dead silent. Class F never listened to rules, but in front of Class A, their confidence clearly shrank. Fatty Joe pulled back his flying sword. The red-haired girl stopped filing her nails, and the gamblers in the back quietly put away their formation plate. "What, cat got your tongues?" "Ha ha ha! Class F really is Class F. A bunch of losers gathered together and not one of you can fight. Oh right, and then there's you, Chutian." Qin Hao walked up to the podium and looked down at me. "I heard you've sat in this seat for 3 years. 3 years. A normal person with no cultivation, sitting at a cultivation academy podium as class monitor. Don't you think that's hilarious?" I looked at him and said nothing. Tao fruit fusion progress, 99.8%. Our monitor said that during tomorrow's tournament, he'll personally come to Class F's arena. Not to compete, but to let the whole school see that Class F's monitor isn't even worth a guard dog. My pupils tightened slightly. The words guard dog stabbed straight into a corner of my heart I'd buried for 3 years. But my expression didn't change at all. I simply lowered my eyes and rested my chin back on my arms. "If you're done, leave. See you tomorrow." My voice was quiet, like I was talking to myself. Qin Hao froze for a second, clearly not expecting me to stay so calm. He snorted coldly, then turned and led his people out of the classroom. The classroom got noisy again. Damn, Class A is way too arrogant. Arrogant? They've got the strength to back it up. Lin Shuyuan is at late nascent soul. The strongest in our class is Fatty Zhou, and he's only at peak foundation establishment. So what if we embarrass ourselves? Class F has never won anyway. Monitor, you seriously have no reaction? The red-haired girl shouted at me. They insulted you right to your face. I didn't answer. I closed my eyes. Tao fruit fusion progress, 99.9%. Deep in my mind, inside a chaotic void, a fruit glowing dark gold slowly rotated. Its surface was covered in countless patterns, each one holding enough power to destroy heaven and earth. 3 years. 1,097 days. I had sat behind this podium for 1,097 days, enduring 1,097 days of mockery, humiliation, and neglect. Every day, the Tao fruit fusion advanced. Every day, that supreme fruit left behind by ancient heaven and earth merged deeper with my soul. Only the final bit remained. I repeated it in my heart. Tomorrow. It all happens tomorrow. When the dismissal bell rang, the students of Class F scattered like startled birds. No one said goodbye. No one even looked back at me. The classroom emptied quickly, leaving only me sitting behind the podium. Sunset poured through the window, stretching my shadow long across the floor.